We're currently at uMkhuze Game Reserve in northern KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, about to load what we hope to be 30 elephant. The reserve is quite large, 33,000 hectares in size, and the elephants are currently in quite a difficult position, but with the helicopter we can push them into an area that makes it a bit more effective for us to catch the elephants. We're looking very, very good from the team point of view. We've probably got the best capture team in the world in terms of elephant capture available to us this morning. Dr. Andre Ace being the vet, Kester Vickery being the capture specialist on standby, along with Dave Cooper from ERP Relocates in Wildlife and ERP Relocates in Wildlife's entire capture team.
The other thing about this area is actually there's relatively few catchable areas. So we had to go relatively high dose. We upped the dose here by about 25 to 30% per animal just to get the down times faster. And we managed to get them down within about 7 minutes. And because of the new kit, we were able to load 90% of the animals on site without having to transport them again to a wake-up crate, which is really handy. I mean, the whole aim of this new kit was to limit the time that they sleep, because that's obviously the risk time.
So one of the main techniques that we use to recover the elephants is once they're immobilized, we lift them up by their feet, upside down, and then we load them into our specialized wake-up recovery crates. It is considered to be the best practice. It's a technique we developed out of necessity actually, and we've now moved in excess of 1,500 elephants using this technique with absolutely no side effects. So it looks horrible, but it works really well, and it's an effective way of lifting and loading an elephant. Conservation Solutions has partnered with ERP, Elephants, Rhinos and People, to do this really difficult project in moving these animals from parks in South Africa where populations have increased to a point where they are affecting the habitat in the parks, and we are effectively moving them to new parks where there are no elephants. And Zinave was totally devoid of wildlife in the past 10 years, and part of the project that we're involved in now is restoration of the park and introducing lots of different species to rehabilitate the ecology of the area. And it's an important key part of this whole process is moving elephants there.
Zinave currently has a very small population of elephants. It's a very big area. The sanctuary area that we're working with now is about 18,000 hectares in a 400,000 hectare national park, which can hopefully take a lot more elephants moving forward. So this is part of ERP's strategy to translocate elephants across border. There's not a lot of space for elephants in South Africa at this stage, so we need to find additional space for these elephants to ensure that we can alleviate the need for culling in the country. One of ERP's significant roles in this process, we aren't merely a funder. We do get actively involved hands-on with the loading of the elephants, with the planning of the capture process. From a paperwork point of view, we had to get CITES permits, export permits from South Africa, import permits into Mozambique. We had to get transport permits across Swaziland because we're going to be traversing Swaziland to get into Mozambique. So the paperwork that goes along with this is significant, and it's taken us probably about a year to get to this point.
There's a lot of preparation on roads and bridges to be able to access the place where we catch and of course where we deliver. And then only 10% in the execution. That's obviously the fun bit for us. We like catching elephants, but most of our time is actually spent on planning and preparation to make sure that everything is done seamlessly through borders and a journey of 48 hours. The elephants will be tranquilized for the duration of the journey. Once they're in the crates, we give them a series of anxiolytic tranquilizers. It basically just takes the edge off. They can still see, run, hear, and it literally just relieves anxiety during the actual transport. So we administer this with a pulse syringe throughout the journey, and that keeps them calm till they arrive at their destination. And now, in my mind, the big work really starts. We've got a 48-hour journey to Zinave National Park. The last 90 kilometers is a sand road that's going to take probably 8 or 9 hours. So this is probably the furthest we've ever transported elephants. We thank all those who are involved. It's been a huge project. It's been a mammoth task.
ERP is funded by a very special group of companies called groupelephant.com. And I would personally like to thank them on behalf of the entire capture team, ERP Relocates and Wildlife, uMkhuze and all of our partners for providing the funding to make this operation possible. And we really value every one of your support. Thank you so much.